Yo guys, what's poppin'? It's your boy here, and we are back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. And we have the refines for the new units. And now, of course, the knight is still young, so all the new information is still being data mined as we speak. We're definitely going to come back and talk about that stuff once it's finished. In the meantime, though, we have the weapon refines, so let's go ahead and dive right in. And we're going to start off, of course, with Aversa, because she's the one that I'm the most excited for. I have her to plus 10, just like many other people do. So let's see what we got here. Grants res up 3. At the start of the turn, if any foe's HP is under unit's HP minus 3, and that foe is adjacent to another foe, inflicts all stats minus 4 on that foe, and bonuses on that foe become penalties through the next action. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts attack speed and res minus 4 on the foe during combat. Alright, so they kept her effect more or less the same. The only difference here is that instead of doing all stats minus 3, she does minus 4 now. And then they gave her a little bit of spice for in combat, where she's doing attack speed and res minus 4 on the foes now. So not bad. That's going to give her some more combat potential, which is nice. Okay, also at the start of combat, if foe's HP is over 75% or a penalty is active on the foe, inflicts a penalty on foe's attack speed and res during combat, equal to 4 plus any current penalty on each of those stats. Oh. So they gave her a Pledgian refine? Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, considering, like, her weapon is one of the best debuffing weapons in the game. And then you're going to toss the Pledgian effect on top of that, and then she also gets a further attack speed and res minus 4 in combat. Yeah, so, okay, that's not bad. Now, I was thinking more along the lines of making her do more debuffing things. So I thought they might have gave her another status effect to go alongside Panic. I'm not sure what that might have been, but it could have been something like Flash or Gravity or something of that nature. That would have been way too overpowered, though, I think. So I guess this is fair game. It makes her better for fighting, and she's still a pretty strong debuffer overall. So not a bad refine for her. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Tibarn up next. So grants attack up 3. If unit is transformed or foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, grants attack and defense up 5 to unit during combat, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. At the start of turn, if unit is adjacent to only beasts or dragons, or not adjacent to anybody, unit transforms and otherwise he reverts. If unit transforms, unit can move 1 extra space, and then if transformed, gets attack up 2. This looks virtually the same. Did they change anything at all here? I think they gave him defense up 5. Like before, it might have just been attack up 5, but I mean, more or less it's the same thing. Unfortunately, they didn't change his transformation effect from +1 movement to something else, but I was expecting it would have stayed the same, because otherwise we would have seen it on Elm. Alright, also at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants attack and defense up 5, and special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack during combat. Alright, so kind of boring, honestly. There's not really much in here. So attack and defense up 10. He gets +1 special charge when he attacks, so he doesn't need heavy blade anymore, which is cool. Still has +1 bonus movement when he transforms and the guaranteed follow-up. So he's not really all that different, honestly. He's just slightly better now, I guess. He doesn't need heavy blade anymore, so you can run a different Sacred Seal on him, I guess. Alright, kind of boring, but still better than what he was before. Okay, so we have Yilger up next. Grants speed up 3. At the start of combat, if unit speed is better than foe's speed, or if foe's HP is over 75%, grants attack and speed up 5 to unit during combat, and deals damage equal to 15% of unit's speed. Okay, we're getting true damage now. That's good. She actually needed that really bad, because she's not very good. Alright, also inflicts all stats minus X on foes within 3 spaces of unit during combat, where X is equal to the greater of unit's current bonus or foe's current penalty on each stat. Calculates each stat penalty independently. And then at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, gets attack and speed up 4 to unit during combat. Very interesting. Okay, so let's say she has all stats up 6. She would be inflicting all stats -6 on foes in 3 spaces of her. Now, the way this is worded, it sounds like a rain effect. So you could just have Yilger standing there menacingly, and she's just going to be debuffing the enemies in 3 spaces while they're fighting. So your other units would be able to take advantage of that. That's a really good effect, actually. That's really good. And it's not hard at all to get all stats up 6 on her. Or you could do even better, too. You can get like -7 if you have Legendary Azura to grant +7 to all stats. Or if you have, I don't know, units that can debuff the foes by -7. Like Dagger 7 she has there. She's automatically going to be inflicting defense and res -7 after she attacks somebody because of Dagger 7. So, pretty flexible support there. That's really good. And they gave her true damage as well, so Yilger actually ate pretty well there. Alright, let's move on to Bunny Veronica. So, grant speed up 3. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants all stats up 4 to unit during combat, and grants a bonus to unit's attack during combat equal to the total bonuses on ally with the highest total bonuses within 2 spaces. So the example is if an ally within 2 spaces has all stats up 6, she gets 24. Okay, they just gave her Ashura's effect there, where she borrows the Blade Tome bonuses from allies in 2 spaces. That's a really dirty effect, because one of the easiest ways to shut down Blade Tomes is with lull skills, and that's not going to fly against this effect here, because you're taking the stat bonuses from somebody else instead of yourself. So that's pretty strong. Okay, also at the start of the turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack and speed up 6, and the following status to unit and allies in 2 spaces for 1 turn. Unit can move to a space adjacent to any ally within 2 spaces. And if unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, gets attack and speed up 5 during combat. Okay, so she's giving everybody a jump effect, basically. Unit can move to a space adjacent to any ally in 2 spaces. So that's what, like orders, basically? Yeah, both ground and flying orders. It's not limited to flying or grounded units. So that's very good. All attack and speed up 5, attack and speed up 6. All stats up 4, and then the Ashura Blade Tome effect. This is a really nice refine, too. Okay. Bunny Veronica putting it in there. Okay, alright. And the final refine we got is Selkie. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Grants res up 3. At the start of combat, if unit's res is better than the foe's res, grants all stats up 4 to unit during combat, and also grants a bonus to all stats to unit during combat equal to 80% of the difference between stats at the start of combat, with a maximum of 8. So basically, she can get +8 to all stats here. At the start of the turn, if unit is adjacent to only beast or dragon allies, or if unit is not adjacent to any ally, unit transforms, and if transformed, gets attack up 2, inflicts attack and defense -4 when she initiates, and the foe can't make a follow-up. So typical cavalry beast transformation effect. I don't think they updated this either, because that was the exact same one. So looks like only the infantry beast units are getting a brand new transformation effect. Kind of a bit of a disappointment, especially for the older beast units that could have used something else on top of this. Also, I think this is the same as well, where she gets all stats up 8, potentially. That's one of the things I do remember about her, is that if she had more res than the foe, she really gets a lot of stats. I haven't looked at Selkie in a while, though, so let me know in the comments if this is the same or if they changed it. And then the all stats up 4, I believe that's new, so that's not bad there. Okay, now her refine is so long that I had to get another image that has the rest of the text. Unfortunately, this one was filmed with a potato, so the text is very, very unclear here, but I'm going to do my best. So, if unit initiates combat, or if unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats up 4 to unit during combat, And the following effects will occur based on the value of units res minus the foe's res. So if greater than 1, inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on the foe per attack, so she gets guard. And if over 5, neutralizes effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks. Okay, so she gets half of null follow-up, she gets guard, another all stats up 4. So is this a good refine? All stats up 8, all stats up 4, all stats up 4, guard. She gets also half a null follow-up. She stops the foe's follow-up when she initiates. She does attack and defense -4. It's a lot, man. She's doing a lot, actually. But a lot of it is dealing with stats, though. That's the thing. So she's basically a big stat ball here. And I'm not really sure if that's going to cut it. But we'll have to see. I feel like she could have some hidden potential with all of these stats that she's getting. But I've never really used Selkie that much, so I can't really comment too much on this. Honestly, I think the winners of the batch are Veronica, Yilger, and Aversa. As for who of these 3 I think is the best, that's going to be a pretty tough call, actually. Veronica certainly seems to have the most combat potential with this passive Blades Home effect. She's going to do a lot of damage, man. She is going to be hitting so hard. Yilger seems really nice for this debuff effect. So you can have her on the team playing a support role and just doing all stats -6 to the enemies, which is nice. And then Aversa, with her Pledgian effect and then her already really good debuff effect. And now she gets a little bit in combat buffs to, or debuffs to the foe as well. I don't know which of these 3 is actually better. Probably Aversa, I want to say, because Aversa is just very, we've used Aversa so much, we know how she works. And we know that she's definitely going to be good. Veronica's certainly going to be good. I think I want to put Veronica in 2nd place, Aversa in 1st, and then Yilger in 3rd. Mainly because this debuff here, it's a really good, drive type of debuff, so you can stack this with other debuffs like menace skills and so on. But is it worth running Yilger just to get all of that? I don't know, man. That's up in the air. It's still going to be really nice on save balls, though, and all sorts of things like that. So those are the refines. Let me know in the comments section down below what you guys think of this batch. Definitely some pretty good stuff here, but I'm kind of disappointed in Tibarn a little bit. I was hoping he'd be a little bit more interesting. All they did was just give him Heavy Blade and another attack and defense up 5 on top of this one here. So let me know what you guys think, and I will catch y'all again in just a sec when we get the rest of the data mines.